Thinking about buying a franchise? Then the How to Buy a Franchise show is just for you. Here's your host, Dr. John Hayes.
Hi, this is John Hayes, host of the How to Buy a Franchise show, and I blog at howtobuyafranchise.com. And today I'm going to talk to Jason Anderson, who's the president of Accurate Franchising, which is part of United Franchise Group, a very interesting concept of franchises, a conglomerate of franchises with many outlets across the United States, but also in as many as 80 countries of the world. And Jason is helping people who want to develop a franchise business. They want to franchise an existing business or a business that maybe isn't existing yet, but they're planning to develop. Jason, welcome to the program.
Thanks, John.
Yeah. So, what don't people know about franchising, particularly this prospective franchisor? What do they not know that you wish they knew either before they called you or when they called you?
You know, the biggest thing we come up against is people don't understand what it takes beyond getting just the legal paperwork, right? So people start doing research online and they find out there's this thing called the FDD and they need an operations manual. And they think, well, if I can get that, then I'm ready to go as a franchisor. We like to use LegalZoom as an analogy. We think it's a great service, not a knock on LegalZoom, but when you go to LegalZoom to get an LLC, you wait 2 or 3 days, a week or so, and you get an LLC back in the paper, in the mail. When you get that, that's everything you need to be a legal business. But what it doesn't tell you is what do you do with that business now that you have it. So we come across a lot of people that say, well, I can just go to an attorney and get this paperwork. They don't understand what it takes to actually sell a franchise, what you need to support a franchisee, or how to get a marketable FDD. So what's unique about Accurate Franchising, being part of United Franchise Group, is that we actually own and operate 7 franchises. So when real world questions come up, we can answer them, not hypothetically, but how we actually do it. So when somebody says, well, what do I do if a franchisee doesn't pay royalties? Well, we have to deal with that. What if a franchisee is 5 years in and they've had a good experience and they want to sell the franchise? We have to deal with that. What if a franchisee, what do I do on a discovery day? These are all things we actively have to participate and do. So when most people start looking, those are all the behind the scene things they don't really know and understand.
So these all, it makes me think of, so you've got an FDD, what now?
That's it.
And you've got to answer all of that information for people, which is complex because becoming a franchisor is not the same as what you've been doing. If you've been selling widgets in your business and now you're going to become a franchisor for people who sell widgets, you're changing business. You've got to get out of the widget business and get into the franchisor business.
That's and you probably spent some time with Ray, and that's what Ray sits down with all of our clients and says, and that's another beautiful aspect of our business is every single one of our clients gets to spend time with Ray Titus in some capacity, with being able to take that 30 years of actual franchising history and spend an hour with somebody that's all they've done, or 2 hours in the day down at our facility, really helps them get over that hurdle.
Ray Titus is the CEO of United Franchise Group. And he's the gentleman behind the 8 brands, actually, including Accurate Franchising, and probably more brands to come because they continue to grow, 1,500 franchisees. So if it's happened in the last 30 years, Ray knows about it, and he knows how to handle these kinds of issues. I think that's one of the great benefits of a startup franchisor, emerging franchisor, working with you, Jason, is that you've got Ray Titus in the background. There's not going to be a question or a problem that a franchisor is going to face that Ray hasn't already dealt with. Not only Ray, but other leaders of the brands at United Franchise Group.
100%, and one thing we tell all of our clients is I've never had a client that had a higher sales goal than we've actually accomplished. So if you're looking to say, hey, I meet with a lot of clients and say I want to sell 25 franchises this year, we can show them how we sold 25 franchises in December, right? So not over 10 years ago, but how we actually did it last year. So we show people how we actually invest our own money in the franchising space. We put them in touch with the vendors we actually spend our own money with. So again, nothing's hypothetical. We actually practice what we preach. Absolutely.
So the International Franchise Association and other groups will say that nobody knows for sure how many franchisor organizations exist in North America.
Sure.
So the safe thing to say is between 3,000 and 4,000, which isn't really a very good answer if you want a precise number, but there is no precise number, because there's no place that a franchisor must sign up. There's no department of franchising where everybody has to sign up and declare themselves as a franchisor. And on a day-to-day basis, that number can fluctuate by
Absolutely.
5% to 15% perhaps. So let's assume there are 4,000 franchisors in North America. What do you think, based on your experience of the number of people who contact you, is that number growing by 5% a year, 20% a year, 10% a year? How many new franchise companies are coming online?
I definitely feel it's probably between 5 or 10% of that per year, meaning anywhere between 200 and 400 new concepts develop as a franchise every single year. We actually get some data from Fran Data and some other companies where we get these quarterly reports every time they see a new one has been registered or filed per se. And those are always between 80 and 120 every single quarter. Between us and our partner network, we'll actually do between 4 to 10 per month. So us collectively, we're actually doing between 30 and 50 ourselves per month.
And of course, we don't know how many franchisors leave the marketplace, because not every franchisor is going to succeed. They're not, if they it could be through a bankruptcy, it could be through lack of interest, it could be for any number of reasons that franchisors end that experience. But we see it continuing to grow, because it wasn't very long ago that we used to say there are between 2,000 and 2,500 franchises in North America. And today we know that there are considerably more, and somewhere in that range of about 4,000 franchises.
Thank you for listening to How to Buy a Franchise Show. If you want immediate assistance, visit howtobuyafranchise.com to contact Dr. John Hayes for a free consultation.